Let us pray. On this day of celebration and achievement, we give thanks for the rich inheritance we have received from this university, for the insight and imagination of others, and for friendships shared. We give thanks especially for the support of family and friends who encourage us to achieve our goals. Bless all our graduates as they journey forth from here today to use their newfound wisdom and skill to promote greater understanding of the world, its history and development. Guide those who will go on to shape our nation's policies, promoting greater care of our environment and use of all resources. Those who seek to improve the welfare of their communities, providing support to those in greatest need. We give thanks for all our soon-to-be graduates who will work together for the common good here and across the world. May they find great strength and happiness in all that they do. Amen.
Please be seated. I now call on the Principal and Vice-Chancellor to address the Assembly.
Chancellor, Lord Provost, graduands, and all guests, welcome to Dundee. In case you wonder what I'm looking at out the window. Well, we are the sunniest city in Scotland. Maybe not quite this morning, but I'm sure by the time we get to graduation party, the sun will come out. One I know as the sun's coming out here this morning in the Caird Hall, because the sunshine is in the faces of all the graduands before me, and I hope all of the loved ones and relatives too. It's always an incredible privilege and a wonderful sight to stand here in front of you all, our newest generation of graduands, soon to be graduates of the University of Dundee, as you are transformed as you come across the stage. It can sometimes be a pretty, I suppose, a nerve-wracking experience to be here at a graduation. You work so hard for it, not just for you, but also for all of your loved ones in the hall today. And what we want you to do is to really savor and enjoy this richly deserved moment. So, as the ceremony proceeds, make noise, make it a celebration, applaud, whoop, stomp, make whatever noise you want, but this is a celebration of your achievement. So let's turn it into that. It should be a party spirit coming across here. If you want to come and have a little dance as you come across the stage, that's fine, provided, number one, you don't fall and hurt yourself, and number two, you keep going. So, make as much noise as you can to support everybody who's achieved so much coming across the stage. And it's a pretty full hall today, which is fantastic. And up there on the balcony, don't worry, this hall has seen generations and generations of very loud music acts, ones that the rector and I remember from our younger days that your grandparents will have heard of, but also more recently, some of the great bands of the day. And I'm not going to say what they are because you'll laugh at me. But many, many people have tried to bring this house down, and as you can see, it's still standing. It's a good, strong building, so stomp, cheer, enjoy yourselves. In fact, given that it's a little bit of a grey morning, and it is still the morning, I think you need a bit of a practice to warm yourselves up. So on the count of 3, let's see how much noise you can make, okay? And there's a lot of you, so it should be quite a lot. Let's try 1 and 2 and 3. Pretty good. It's pretty good. I've got to say the staff are making a bit more noise in the stomping than some of you guys are, which thank you very much, colleagues. But let's have another practice again in a minute. And here's where I let you into my secret, which is the Chancellor and I, as you're normally, of course, upstanding gentlemen, aren't we, Chancellor? We do have just a little bit of a frisson of naughtiness, which is we have a bet each year as to which graduation ceremony can make the most noise. Now, I think given that there's so many people in the hall, we need a little bit of a handicap system here, Chancellor, but I still think this group can cinch it. So let's see how they do as the ceremony goes on. Anyway, graduates, to you. It's taken incredible dedication, incredible commitment to get where you are now. And for many of you in the room, because you've had to overcome the additional burden of having to adapt to new ways of studying and indeed living as we negotiated the COVID-19 pandemic. That might seem a long time ago. In fact, it wasn't really, but it was a huge challenge for all of us, and it remains a challenge. It remains a challenge for all of humanity going forward. But I'm incredibly proud, we're all incredibly proud of the way that you have all risen to these challenges and achieved what you've done today. You've shown really incredible resilience. You've shown outstanding determination. Very, very, very well done. You've made it. As you cross the stage today, you'll be adding to the great history of this university. So let's say a little bit about the ceremony that we're going to participate in. So first, as I said, you come across the stage in whatever fashion you like, within reason, as long as you make progress. So don't fall down is rule 1, remember. Rule 2, keep going. Rule 3 is the most important one, stop in front of the Chancellor. Because if you don't, the Chancellor won't be able to award you your degree. And you're here to get your degree, so stop in front of the Chancellor. And what the Chancellor will do is award your degree by doffing you with the Dundee bonnet. And this bonnet was made by the famous 9 trades of Dundee. It's a tradition in Scotland to doff the student, the graduand, symbolising graduation with the bonnet. This bonnet was first wielded by our very first Chancellor, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. And it remains in use today to our current Chancellor, Lord George Robertson. And we'll say a little bit more about George later. A couple of little things to remember, please, as you come by. Number 1, the Chancellor has incredible reach in his life, but his arms are a finite length. So get close enough to him so he can actually doff you, please. The second thing, the most important rule, no selfies with the Chancellor. Plenty of opportunity for pictures and other things elsewhere. So, the Chancellor will award you the degree by doffing you with the bonnet. You'll also pass in front of the university mace. That's the mace that's closest to me on my left and your right. That's the symbol of our degree awarding powers, the symbol of our university. It's been at every university graduation for 110 years, so it's a bit of history. And it stands side by side with the city mace. And the city mace is a sign of the city, exemplified by our glorious Lord Provost. And it's always, Bill, such a pleasure and honour to have you here at the ceremony with us. And Bill's presence and the mace's presence shows the close connectivity that we have with our city. We talk about being of Dundee and for Dundee. And to the right-hand side, finally, is our rector's mace. And our inspiring rector, in his own version of a Dundee bonnet, is sat here to my right. And the rector's role is to look after your welfare. So it's always so important to have the rector here, supervising our performance in the ceremony. Keith, it's always very, very good to see you. And then finally, the last bit of symbolism are our robes. Well, you've all been here for some time now, so you know that the colour of the university is blue, but you might not know why. Actually, this is the colour associated with the patron saint of Dundee, St. Mary the Virgin. It's called liturgical blue. And her emblem is the Madonna lily, the fleur-de-lis. And the fleur-de-lis is on the city mace and on our mace, and it's a symbol of our city of Dundee. And then finally, the thistle. It's not just an emblem of Scotland, it's an emblem of your resilience, your tenacity in getting to where you are today. So that's our history. Let's come forward a little bit now to our university, your university, a university that you are about to graduate from and will be lifelong members of. The core mission of our university is to transform lives here in Dundee and globally through the creation, the sharing, and the application of knowledge. We talk about being a triple intensive university. That means we combine our strengths in teaching and learning, research and impact, and enterprise and engagement with all the communities that we serve, brought together through a very strong lens that all great universities should have about social purpose. The university itself was co-founded by Mary Ann Baxter in 1881. And Mary Ann Baxter was a pioneer here in Dundee of gender equality in education, creating a university that would educate boys and girls across a range of disciplines. I'm proud that we as an institution continue to champion equity and inclusion in all its forms, be it through our Athena Swan Gold Award, our Race Equality Charter, total intolerance of racism, and our now well-established Africa Initiative. And that sense of social purpose is really exemplified by our Chancellor, Lord George Robertson. George was installed as the 6th Chancellor of our university in November last year. So it's George's first summer graduation officiating in that chair. But it's not his first summer graduation, because Lord Robertson himself earns a degree, an MA in economics, in 1968. Sorry, George, it's a bit of a while ago. I remember 1968. In 1968, as one of the first cohorts of University of Dundee graduates to graduate with a University of Dundee degree. Because back then, we had the option, or students had the option, to either graduate with a degree from St Andrews, our mother university, or from Dundee. And George not only chose to graduate with a Dundee degree, but led the charge amongst his fellow graduands at the time, saying that Dundee stood for everything that he believed in, and also took some of the best parts, which remain the case today, of that previous partnership. George started his days as a politician here in Dundee, and I don't need to comment on the incredible impact that he's had in Scotland, in the UK, and globally throughout his career. George, it's such a pleasure and an honour always to welcome you back to your alma mater. We are a community as a university, and as that community, we've taken a really central and transformative role in the renaissance of Dundee. And that's incredibly important. As you walk around the waterfront of the city, you'll see the V&A Dundee. The university was instrumental in bringing that wonderful institution to the city. And I'm truly delighted that earlier this week, the City Council granted planning permission to bring the Eden project to Dundee, which will help transform an old gasworks that the university has been and continues to be a great partner in, and shine a light on future sustainability. That sense of closeness to our city, as I say, is key to us. And again, it's a mutual feeling with the Lord Provost here. Not only do we work closely with our city in everything that we do, but we take Dundee to the world and bring the world to Dundee. We can see that. We're a truly global university. Students and staff from over 140 different countries around the world. Many of these countries are in front of me, and indeed behind me, in our student and our staff body. And it's wonderful to see all of you. We continue to build and expand our global partnerships through a lens of equitable partnership. And we grow and build the extent of that with countries like Nigeria, Malawi, China, Ghana, India, Singapore, Indonesia, Iraq, to name just a small number of the partners. So we bring that triple intensity, and I want to say something about what does that triple intensity mean for you in front of me, graduating from our School of Humanities, Social Sciences and Law. Well, first of all, the school. School is it's a large but a very multidisciplinary school, bringing together disciplines from the social sciences, humanities, many professional programs, and together the school, the research, the teaching help us answer some of society's biggest questions of the day. Our new Binks Institute for Sustainability will lead our multidisciplinary response to the global challenges of climate change and climate justice, as well as biodiversity decline and limiting non-renewable consumption. I know these are issues close to your heart. I know they're close to mine. A little side reflection. We're 30 years on now from the Rio Convention on Environment and Development, in the run-up to which I had the privilege to be a junior member of the UK delegation to the UN Convention of Biological Diversity. 20 years later, as a director of the National Environment Research Council, and in intervening time, spending time in the Cabinet Office convincing the Prime Minister at the time to sign the Kyoto Protocol. What I contributed is nothing compared to what our illustrious honorary graduate today, you'll hear more about later, has contributed. But it's not enough. There's so much more to do if we are to heal our ailing planet. And it's to many of you as graduates from School of Humanities, Social Sciences and Law, rather than ourselves, that we place our future hopes. I was delighted when the Leverhulme Foundation recently awarded us a highly competitive grant to launch an exciting PhD program, 30 PhD studentships linked to innovation and sustainability. But you are our hope for the future. And facing these major challenges of today and tomorrow, in the local, national, global contexts, society is going to have to be innovative, and critical thinkers are going to be required to help create a better, fairer, more sustainable society. It's people that will drive that sustainability, and to give us a cultural and societal understanding to help build and maintain our future connections. We need graduates that can help understand what motivates society and help educate and support all on that road to sustainability. You all have a key role here. All of you here today, the graduates that have gone before you, those that will follow you across the stage in years to come, you are our hope for the delivery of meaningful change on inclusion, climate action, population health, and many other challenges in front of us. You are the next generation who will put your minds to helping solve some of the big issues of our time. You've gained new knowledge, you've gained new skills here in our university. You can now take them out into the world. On a lighter note, you'll also have found new friends, perhaps even your life partners. I know some on the stage here found their life partners here at Dundee. Whatever you found, you certainly found out more about yourselves. It's my most sincere hope that your time at this university, your university, has equipped you to take the step into the next stage of your lives with confidence, with a spirit of adventure. Be bold, be creative, be innovative, make your own impact. As graduates, you become global ambassadors with a lifelong membership of this university, the University of Dundee. Consider it your university. You're forever part of our community. I hope you take that membership, share your passion for the university, and maintain that connection with Dundee in the years ahead. You should be immensely proud of all that you have achieved. We are. I am. You're a credit to this university and to our wider community. So I look forward to hearing more about you, your stories, this afternoon in the garden party. No doubt it will be sunny. As you go through life as alumni of our university, and as a graduate and ambassador for the University of Dundee, know that all of us here wish you the very, very, very best for the future. Now, there's one last thing to do before we commence our ceremony, and that's to remind you of a little side bet that the Chancellor and I have. So let's shift the tone, bring some celebration, demonstrate to us all up here that the class of 2024, about to graduate, really can make some noise. So on 3, in the balconies as well, let's get the party going. Ready for it? We're all ready. Let's hope you are. On 3. 1 and 2 and 3!
As a former politician, I really admire the principal for the way in which he engineers this huge round of applause at the end of his opening remarks. Anyway, I now call on the Dean of the School of Humanities, Social Sciences and Law, Professor Jeff Blackford, to present the candidates.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Chelsea Cameron. Bethany Clark. Otto Cox. Sophie Downs. Kerry Fleming. Gemma Frail. Aidan Harper. Rebecca Holmes. Lisa Hunter. Henry Hindman. Nicole Melville. Amy Nichol. Jade Ramsey. Rebecca Russell. Adela Stan. Caitlin Stott. Sunny Thomason. Linda Webster. Megan Airns. Alicia Allwood. Amy Buist. Ji Chan. Caitlin Clark. Ben Garden. Michael Ireland. Leah Ivanova. Emily Knight. Margaret McIver. Amber McIver Marr. Sophie Milne. Louise Scott. Brenna Smith. Veronica Starzik. Louise Taylor. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, Charles Brew. Ainsley Cobban. Louis Crickmar. Alana Jones. Jack Kennedy Barker. Brodie McNamara. Yulia Sosnowska. Geordie Young. Ace Gowan. Kern Mackenzie. Stephen Rennie. Fleur van Kampen. Emily Andre. Hayley Bannister, Darren Bryce, Cameron Craig, Leonie Freisham, Sarah Gilmartin, Eve Kamali, Millicent McKee, Alexander Martin, Anna Maudsley, Dylan Park, Jack Patterson, Katie Sutherland, Alistair Worrell, Zahira Abiola, Esther Akintola, Amy Allen, Daniel Ori, Sarah Berschwinger, Zilla Boardman, Celeste Bond, Guste Borster-Kate, Grace Christian, Alexander Cummings, Rena Demai, Mikula Denkowska, Isabel Denner, Emma Doyle, Hannah Dreghorn, Ellen Duffy, Julia Jegulewska, Nicole Emmanuel, Jessica Fleming, Jamie Frew, Eve Froman, Amaya Gallego, Amelie Gilbert, Catherine Graham, Rhianne Grieve, Sufia Ibrahim, Jasmine Ilhan, Tita Kohonen, Ruben Kronstrom, Anjali Kukretti, Nora Molt, Evan Mora, Michael McCormick, Andrew McDermott, Laurie Miller, Theodora Mustanova, Susan Over, Fionn Premnath. Katarzyna Romaniuk. Elisa Ross. Melissa Stobie-Platz. Jasmine Thompson-Heron. Benedict Thorogood. Sofia Tsenkova. Mia Williams. Carmen Aziz. And for the degree of Master of Arts with Honours, Anna Maria Angelova. Ruta Sinita. Abigail Cobbett. Jordan McLean. Kai Morrison. Lisa Parienti. Alexander Kerr. Walter Lambert. Beth Lumsden. Daniel Mahoney. Ellie McBay. Freya McVean. Maria Michael. Ellie Munro. Anna Page. Alistair Reid Jamieson. Lynn Schmidt. Laura Bailey. Rowan Clark. Ellie Munro. Sorry. Ellie McBay. It was all going so well. Third time lucky. Ella Ferguson. Callum Gavin. Maria Georgieva. Abby Grubb. Isla Harrison. Claire Havertape. Daisy Kipcourage. Ben Lawrence. Lara Light. Adam McIntosh. Kira Mackay. James McLeish. Sophie Pass. Ryan Petrie. Katrina Pritchard. Catherine Stewart. Ida Valimaki. Etta Waters. Josie Chalmers. Michael Collins. Erin Dibdin. Isla Dunn. Ailey Gardiner. Rachel Goodman. Ross Greenlees. Leonie Latham. Eve Mack. Lisa McKimmie. Ross McNichol. Holly Payton. Amy Sangster. Joshua Workman. Daniel Carno. Helene Dietrich. Liam Muir. Sarah Munt. Karen Scott Bell. Danielle McFawns. Julia Memore. Susanna Doctor. Emma Nettle. Dario Sabatino. Rosemary Dean. Chelsea Harmon. Annika Schweitzka. Jan Sivola. Amber Healing. Theodora Tuart. Eleanor Westergren. Francis Bell. Robert Montgomery. Walter Kerr. Morgan Beveridge. Jude Bywater. Alexandra Davidson. Kirsty Lees. Beth McNeil. Brogan McQuaid. Zoe Oren. Emma Ray. Joanna Robertson. Chloe Robinson. Rosie Sinclair. Isabel Wadey. Keris Wiseman. Olivia Everard. Lewis Wright. Maya Tams Gray. Pollyann Hebden Smith. Joanna Walker. Georgia Pritchard. Romy Berry. Ewan Brampton. Kim Crawford. Hannah Cuthbertson. Amanda Ekstrand. Jack Fraser. Patrick Gallimore. Benjamin Glenn Cross. Ruth Gurney. Douglas Henderson. Dara Henry. Alison Jennings. Lillian Jones. Amy Leeper. Constance Mills. Molly Munro Main. Pierce O'Donovan. Joanna Pryor. Sam Tomlinson. Stephen Turnbull. Carrie Wild. Ellie Rowe. Isla Barlow. Grant Mackenzie. Emil Darren. Adrienne Humphreys. Simon Sharp. Mila Stahl. William Freitash IV. Maya Sutherland. Sam Warden. Millie Ashworth Rich. Adam Butler. Holly Crawford. Holly Creevin. Stephen Keenan. Thomas Lowe. Megan McClarney. Benjamin Murray. Ellie Sloway. Owen Sullivan. Leah Taylor. Lucy Hope Carberry Johnson. Joshua Turrell. Johanna Curry. Layla Bekara. Lou Sharon. Bobby Douglas. Ross Henderson. Victoria Johansson. Hope McLachlan. Hedda Scharfenberg. Caitlin Scott. Hannah Shedden. Natasha Stoddard, Halima Suleiman, Ross Tate, Lauren Wilson, Nikolai Jambazov, Sean Wallace, Vidad Afife, Anna Wolfe-Murray, Victor Benchimol, Anna Bradley, Antonia Chisora, Beth Fowley, Wabala Hanto, Liam McClurg, Sophia File, Dylan Franco, Dominic Fuyak, Kate Gillespie, Angus Harrison Smart, Jonas Shimkus, Chankai Wang, Catherine Burns, Caleb Dunphy, Beck Ewing, Elijah Smith, Harry Anderson, Amy Hardy, Anya Bednars, Freya Giles, Daniel Tarrant, Lucas Gutmeyer, Teresa Harrington, Holly Heighton, Lucas King, Anton Lazaroff, Caitlin Rice, Pauline Van Beek, Sophie Butcher-Doyle, Megan Ashcroft, Ben Julian Clark, Holly Davidson, Ellen Emery, Emma Fulapova, Miranda Garrido Manzanedo, Nevada Haggart, Erin Hart, sorry, oh no, I've got it. Rebecca Greenwood, Nevada Haggart, Erin Hart, Christopher Hewlett, Bente Marton, Amy Leach, Eve Meadows, Georgi Mitkov, Connie Muir, Ailey Mullin, Corinne Murray, Miroslav Peklev, Abigail Rogers, Ellie Scrimger, Noah Stewart, Hope Stilley, Caris Taylor, Lucy Taylor, Katerina Vladova, Morgan Wallace, Susanna Zelinska, and for the degree of Master of Arts with Honours, Flora Colton. We'll now have a short break for the choir.
We'll now hear from the University Choir again. It's always wonderful to hear from the university choir who sing so well. So I now call on Professor Jeff Blackford, again the Dean of the School of Humanities, Social Science and Laws, to continue with the graduation.
Thank you, Chancellor. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts, William Cully. Zach Devine. Casey Dunsmore. Kelly Foley. Daryl Johnston. Charmaine McCart. And for the Bachelor of Science, Ava Leask. Alexandra Munro. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Evie Williams. William Watt. Jude Forrest. Nicolana Golino. Ryan McGuinness. Juliet Gorovan. Erin Rafferty. Anna Radford. Aaron Dodd. Camille Krasker. Leah Garrett. And for the postgraduate diploma in Advanced Social Work Studies, Fayakemi Ogunbanwo. And for the postgraduate diploma in Archives and Records Management, Alice Manning. Neve Quinn. For the postgraduate diploma in Scottish History, Alice Scarlett. For the degree of Master of Laws, Chitalu Charlie. Naomi Adejo. Toby Adesanmi. Yetunde Adisa. Bahar Baghi. Kenachukwu Ayabazu. Nabila Gaduya. Stephanie Giconio. Goodness Esebemoy. Erin Cotil. Cynthia Navarrete Delgado. Ogechi Nwobia Eke. Onyena Chekwu Wokenwo. Ivy Wanja. Ahmad Yunasri. Kofi Aful. And for the degree of Master of Letters, Jonathan Burr. Irina Cave. Miranda Hersey. Ian Hicks. Jasmine Hyde. Sophie Johns. Sinead Scully. Grace Wright. William Hardy. Michael Harrigan. Malcolm McLaren. And for the degree of Master of Science, Adiola Adenuye. Sikwade Hamed. Srias Jose. Beverly Muranganwa. Rhoda Ojo. Olabisi Shokafun. Oluwatobi Sosanya. Hannah Crozier. Grace Olakoya. Tawfiqat Shalami. Mohammed Fati. Elizabeth Litona. Require Motagam. Ohai Ohai. Nina Marie Opene. Ola Alua Adebdeo. Scholastica Awebi. Aminat Ola Oye. Foloseo Adewumi. Temitope Ogunlola. Oluwatobi Okikiola. Sandra Udin. Anna Milivanovic Mason. Olusola Oyedele. Jennifer Shunon. Kingsley Adege. Iriolawande Edichobe. Akinbanjo Akinbi. Johnson Atigro. Daniel Emunjeze. Timalayan Emmanuel. Mariam Forgani Alahabadi. Rosemary. Rosemary Oforogbu. Tochukwa Ozomena. Olayinka Solomon. Mojid Adeboye. Opeyemi Ademakinwa. Marvelous Akinpelo. Adebowale Akamalafa. Owanemi Betts. Sonmahita Barkakoti. Osaranoma Edok Pegbe. Taufik Elawole. Urena Obioma. Tumiwa Ojuatade. Ayobami Osinowo. Christabel Okwesan. Godamanjo Kawa. David Adurajaye. Chigozi Amechi. Timoteo Ayodele. Abucha Chukwu Chidimadu. Aisha Hassan. Izuri Antonije. Oluwafun Mileo Ibrahim. Jamiu Idris. Sadisha Pathiranajay. Ezekiel Okaga. Victor Aragui. Amod Pathirana. Rama Vishwakarma. Abdullahi Zubair. Nirmaljit Singh. Varuni Arichige. Burhan Laku. Chaturanga Marakalage. Purnima Arichige. Jamoka Adediji. Miriam Apara. Peter Osamwoto. Peter Awala. And for the degree of Master of Science by Research, Jamie McManaway. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Mark Amakoromo. Evelyn Avalos Cortez. Graham Guest. Khaled Hantosh. Maureen Pennock. Frugina Pitner. Craig Thompson.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you to applaud me in that way, to do that. So I'm now, the next part of the ceremony is I call upon Professor Joe Belch to present the honorary graduate for the degree of Doctor of Laws.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, Professor Sir Jim Skee. In today's world of increasing climate degradation, it is indeed a huge honour for me to present this man to you. To you, Chancellor, and to you, now graduates, Jim Skee has over 30 years of climate science experience, which he uses to raise awareness, devise policy, and work for a just transition, so that you, graduates, and all of us have a future world we can live in. Born in Dundee, Jim Skee attended Grove Academy, and after graduating from Edinburgh University, obtained his PhD in energy research in Cambridge. Since 1981, he has worked in the field of environmental science, publishing in high-impact journals on energy, climate change, and technological innovation. Wherever he worked, his talent was immediately noticed, and he was propelled through the ranks with prestigious posts such as President of the Energy Institute and Research Director of the UK Energy Research Centre. He is now Professor of Sustainable Energy at Imperial College London and has recently led Scotland's Just Transition Commission. He's also a founding member of the UK's Committee on Climate Change. Here is a man working for our futures. His expertise has been recognised through various honours, including a CBE and OBE for his contributions to sustainable energy and transport. And 5 days ago, he was knighted in the King's Honours List. Last year, he was elected chair of the IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. The IPCC is a United Nations scientific body that assesses climate change science, its impacts and options for mitigation and adaptation. And Jim, having already led one of the working groups, was in the scientific leadership for the IPCC Special Report on Global Warming, described as a code red for humanity. His colleagues enthusiastically welcomed his election to chair, saying, "Jim is known as a highly intelligent, efficient, and engaging consensus builder who values transparency. This is what we need in today's world, and this is what we will get. Climate change," Jim said, "is an existential threat to our planet. My ambition is to lead an IPCC that is truly representative and inclusive, looking to preserve our future where everyone feels valued and heard, an IPCC where our climate ambitions are realized." Professor Ski's career has been dedicated to ensuring that the challenges of climate change are understood and actions taken. And you, particularly graduates in the field of energy, sustainability, and environment, must take heart at his leadership, as you're already seeing the effects of climate change in your lifetime. As the United Nations says, climate change is the single biggest health threat facing humanity. Earth is in uncharted waters as climate records tumble, with 60 million birds lost in Europe over one generation, and insects responsible for pollinating 1/3 of all our food reduced in numbers by nearly 70% in the UK over the past 10 years. Society's decisions now and in the future must be based on the best possible climate science. And with Jim at the helm, with his proven talent and expertise, we now have a much better chance of tackling this greatest challenge facing our planet. Chancellor, I have the honour to invite you to confer upon Professor Sir Jim Ski the degree of Doctor of Laws.
Congratulations. Thank you. Sit there. Okay. By the authority of the Senate, I confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws. Congratulations.
Now, in spite of all the kind words that Jill said, it wasn't all professional endeavour. Before the ceremony started, Keith Harris, the rector, and I were recalling the fact that we attended the same Who concert in the Caird Hall in 1971. So we go back a long way. Now, I don't know whether the Principal or the Chancellor won the bet, but my congratulations to you on turning the volume up to 12 and exceeding the reputedly loudest rock band in the world. You did an excellent job there. Now, for all of you who are graduating today and their families, this is a significant milestone. The time that anyone spends at university is a unique period in their life. It's a relatively short period, but it's one which will always be remembered. You may well have established lifetime friendships with some of your fellow graduates, and for others, today will be a parting of the ways, but a memorable one as you each follow your own direction. Now, it is tempting to think that the course of your life can be plotted out in a sequence of 5-year plans, and some might even encourage that approach. I have to confess, I did not do that at all. It just did not happen to me. When I graduated at Edinburgh rather than Dundee, the whole idea of climate change was unknown. The setting up of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change was more than a decade in the future. And my first job, I confess, was actually involved plotting ways of getting Britain to burn more coal to reduce imports of oil. Absolute heresy in today's world. But these shifts in perspective are something that today's graduates in energy, environment and society will readily appreciate. I think the consistent theme throughout my career has been conducting research and analysis that has played into real-world decision-making. And that's where I've always derived my satisfaction, not just on the global stage, but also in Scotland at the global level when I chaired the Just Transition Commission. And I remember just over a year ago, sitting in a town hall meeting in the Central Baptist Church in Ward Road, hearing firsthand from people about their experience of Dundee's transport system. And I can talk about that with the Lord Provost perhaps later. But it is a reminder that it's down to people, and that environmental ambition needs to be combined with a spirit of justice and fairness. And a further reminder that social sciences and the humanities and social work are absolutely relevant in today's complex and uncertain world. So, maybe not all 5-year plans will stand the test of time, but absolutely do follow your dreams, but be flexible and alert to all the opportunities that a shifting and uncertain world provides. There are going to be ample opportunities to exercise the talents you've developed here and the knowledge that you possess. So let me conclude by thanking the university on behalf of all those who've received their awards today. I personally have a particular sense of gratitude that I, a physics graduate originally, have participated in a humanities and social science ceremony and have just received a law degree, so that now, when I cross swords with UN lawyers about arcane processes and protocols, I will never, ever be intimidated. But seriously, for me and for all of those graduating today, it's a privilege to be honoured in this way, and a big thank you to the university.
I now call on the principal.
Chancellor, I have the honour to invite you to confer your degrees in absence upon the candidates who have been unable to attend this ceremony.
By the authority of the Senate, I confer these degrees.
Well, graduates, so when I went to the WHO back in the day, my hearing was better than it is today, so you're going to have to convince me about turning it up to 12. But we'll do that in a minute. First of all, well, have you had fun? So we've got two things left to do. The obvious one is, of course, is to win the bet, which will cost me money, but never mind. But the first thing to do is full hall, and that's fantastic to see. And we have, well, 450 new graduates of the University of Dundee. But we also have a hall full of your loved ones, partners, parents, family, friends, and also of your fantastic staff who have worked with you over the last however many years to get you to this point. It's your success, but I think we all owe everyone else here in the hall a debt of gratitude. So let's please have a vote of thanks for all of them. And I think he deserves it. A special vote of thanks for your Dean, Jeff Blackford, for having done so well. Well done, Jeff. But this is it, you're graduates now. You really have made it. In front of you is a day, I hope, of celebration. I hope to see many of you at the garden party this afternoon. But it is your last chance to convince me that Sir Jim is right, that you really do deserve a 12 on that volume scale. So on the final count of 3, let's close the ceremony with a really, really, really big Dundee cheer. Are you ready for it? A 1, 2, 3!
Not bad, not bad. This morning I met a parent of somebody who had graduated on Tuesday, and as I left the hotel he said, well, I hope you win that bet for Tuesday's noise, but I think today's noise is well up among there as well. So thank you very much. Will you please now be upstanding? And I declare that this academic ceremony is closed.